Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is episode 282 of the Strompcast. The boys keep on rolling, not unlike my boy Limp Biscuit. Just a two-man show today. Danny, I believe, is on his way to the Sky Dome to join in the Jays watch party going there for the World Series. Wish I was there with you, brother. And Sam, it is just a late night for him, understandably. We got me and Chris to round off the show today. Chris, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Couple really good results recently. It feels like in a row.
Yeah.
3 comps, 3 convincing dubs. I'm just looking now because I got home a little while ago.
Yeah.
I mean, a 19-1 futsal win in Europe and
That's
a
insane.
40-point win for the basketball team in FIBA Europe Cup. I do not know who they were playing. I mean, I know the futsal team played a team from Kosovo. I don't know much about the team that basketball played,
They
but
were playing the Kosovo YMCA futsal
hell
team.
yeah, hell yeah.
Something like I don't know what
Handball
to tell
keeps
ya.
rolling. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a good time right now, I would say.
Yeah, nice week for the Modalidades for sure. The ladies have been cooking pretty well as well on the footy side. Make sure you follow Sam. He can't join us today. Make sure you also follow Mr. Danny Saldana there. You can follow myself here. My office is in a bit of disarray. You guys can't see all. I have stuff scattered around this room because I'm getting ready to move in a few weeks. I actually bought a house, so we're fired up. So this will be one of the last shows in the famous room, the famous setup of all things Alvalade. But we'll be
New
having a new
backdrop
setup,
coming. Yeah, hell
new
yeah.
backdrop. We've had a couple iterations of setup in this room, but yeah, it'll be a bittersweet goodbye. But make sure, of course, all importantly, you follow all things Alvalade as it's on the ticker below, and I'll put it up there for you here. And check out Offside Originals for your digital football print needs. Now then, we have a couple of games to get rolling with. Starting with in a second, as soon as I can get my screen share going. This is the
We
recent
doing
game.
yesterday
Yeah,
first? Allianz
yeah.
Cup.
We'll do Alverca. So we have Alverca Sporting. I will read the lineup as follows. Starting in goal was João Virginia. Defense of Quaresma and Reich, flanked by Mangash and Vagianidis. Midfield of Koch, Kanda, and Morita. And then a front trio of Allison, Ionidis, and Santiago Blopa, who I had never heard of up until yesterday. Junior team player, obviously. And then substitutes were Pedro Gonçalves, Rodrigo Ribeiro, Grombahi, Ryan Lucas, and João Muniz. A very rotated youth-heavy squad, which isn't expected for what has really just become kind of a glorified exhibition mid-season tournament in the Allianz Cup. Chris, I'll start with you. What did you make of the game?
I think we may have witnessed a strategic punt from Alverca. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yeah.
This competition is probably not a priority for them.
It's barely a priority for us, I don't think, to be honest with
I
you.
think the mentality was packing in, shit house. Maybe we could somehow get to Pens.
Yeah.
If not, we literally are playing them again on Friday for a competition that is much more important to us.
For the league, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that because in that first 30 minutes, the lack of ambition and just the inability to do literally anything from Alverca was
It showed.
very noticeable. Complete one-way traffic. I perhaps we didn't create as many clear-cut opportunities at first as we should have, or we could have, or as we did against Tondela, I would say, in the game before. But maintained ball in their half, and we got our goals. They came, and then once they came in the second half, 3-0. I mean, they completely fell apart. The only thing that is slightly disappointing to me is he was beaten this time by a better shot, I would say, than the one that he was beaten by in, I believe it was Made the Conagus. But
yeah,
João Virginia, it's really unfortunate to face like 1 or 2 shots and concede, you know. He had a really good performance. I believe it was in the Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm not going to say he had a bad game today, but it's tough to face one shot on target basically, and for it to go in.
For that to be the goal. It was a
I'm
5-1 game, so, like, it doesn't matter if
it was good to see some of
oh,
these guys, some of these names that I can't believe he actually started. Bloppa, how we saying
Bloppa,
it?
yeah.
Bloppa.
I think it's Bloppa.
Okay, Bloppa. Dude, I can't believe he actually
Correct us in the
started.
comments if we're wrong, by the way.
He made the most of his opportunity. He had 2 really nice goals.
He had 2 awesome goals,
I
yeah.
thought Fotis, as demonstrated by his score, it was really nice to see him get on the score sheet with the. I mean, if you look at the behind him angle on that
That,
goal,
like, the head-on angle, yeah.
that shit
That
hurts
swerves.
a lot. That is, I mean, it looks like a really nice goal from the side angle, but the back angle, you can really see how much
Yeah,
it
you
hurts.
can tell why the goalie was flat-footed on that shot.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I the first goal, the Kenda, that the header, beautiful. I mean,
Phenomenal.
he led the line really, really well today. Our co-host Danny is saying that Suarez might be on watch.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't
Maybe.
know because I'm not really been convinced thus far that they can play together.
Yeah.
But at the same time, our man Suarez isn't exactly giving up at the opportunity.
He's not on like a cold streak. Like, he's still banging in
Kind of
goals.
on a heater as well. He had a very, very nice goal against Tondela.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah.
These are
You
both
want that.
20 million euro reinforcements, and I'm happy to see it.
Yeah, I'm not upset that we have 2 seemingly very capable strikers when it hasn't always felt like that in recent years. Me, I
No,
would say
it's like never
I would say
happened,
last year, I mean, Gyökeres was a psycho for the 2 years we had him. And I mean, Harder showed some good flashes last year. I think the year before Paulinho really shone
It's
better.
usually
But
at best, it is a marquee guy and then a serviceable backup. Or it's just
yeah,
not having a number 9 as
anything.
we did for many years. But like 2 poachers,
Yeah,
we're in
2
uncharted territory.
not 2 like psychos like Gyökeres, obviously, but 2 pretty dark, like, definitely better than serviceable, like a level or 2 up from that for sure, which is very good problem to have if they're good strikers. So I'm not upset by that either. And then also, what'd you make of Koch's game? That was probably one of his better games. I mean,
Yeah,
it was a nothing game. It was probably one of his better
he
games,
is
though.
a man that I have looked at on the team sheet, on the bench, and I mean, I think that we could have predicted the way that things are trending that he was going to see a reduction in his minutes because
Yeah.
he wasn't making the most of them. He wasn't playing that well. Looked awkward at times. So it's
Yeah.
unsurprising. So this is an opportunity, like many others, to play, to get a lot of minutes. And it was good to see him. I mean, in a game where we're dominating possession, it was good to see him, just moving the ball well, playing well,
Mhm.
playing in rhythm. Um, there was not that much countering to break up. But I thought, he was, our anchor defensively.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna have a bad rating in this game, really.
It'd be impossible, like, other than the guys who came off the bench for, like,
Too
garbage
late to
time.
generate
So
a
yeah,
rating.
too
Yeah.
late to really make an impact. Like, everybody's rating is like good to great. I think the only average ones that I'm really seeing is Virginia and like Reich Mangas. Allison has a bit of a so-so rating, and then Pot off the bench.
Allison
Pot
was
off the bench, but he had an
still
assist. I'm
Allison
surprised him
was
and Pot
still
have such low
dynamic
ratings.
enough. But I
Yeah.
thought because we have all sort of questioned whether he's just should be the super sub, and in the game or two that he has started, it's
Yeah.
not been as good as his cameos off the bench. This was definitely his best start, I would say.
Yep. Yep.
He continues trending. He continues, growing
Continues
his
to be an
legend.
enigma.
I would say at this point, the meteoric rise.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought he was even a long shot to make the roster. We all know who's playing third division in Portugal and in Brazil. I mean, it is a heater he's on, but he is a problem in 1v1 situations.
Yeah, he's the. I mean, I think the general consensus when they got him was, well, this will probably be like a loan carousel B team guy, money laundering kind of transfer, maybe. And thankfully it's been proven wrong. I like to be proven wrong by this team. And he's actually been, like you said, he's been on this kind of meteoric rise. He's just been on the way up, and it's been nice to see. I'm not complaining about
it's been fun.
It's been a lot of fun. I think that's the thing. When you see like a guy who you don't expect much from just kind of go on a tear, it is a lot of, it's like Jeremy Lin style, but like honestly not
the true most devastating scenario that he can be in, or that you can find yourself in facing him, is we are up, the opposition is chasing towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
He has come on with fresh legs. It's like the 85th minute. He's been on for like 10 minutes, still fresh.
Yeah, still
you are pushing,
and the ball comes.
Sporting wins the ball back, and now we're countering, and he has space, bro. He can just kick it down the line, and he can outpace 95% of tired legs tracking back. I mean, it's fun. Strokes. It's exciting.
Yeah, he's a very exciting. He's what I was hoping Artur would be so far. I know everybody. There's some guy
scores a couple of big goals.
Scored a couple bangers. He scored a couple bangers, but like I don't think Artur was ever able to consistently put it.
No, and I also never thought like, wow.
Damn. No, I was never like blown. I think other than that goal against Tottenham, I was never like blown away by Artur at any given point.
And you could say, you know, oh, the goal in the Champions League is a deflection, but it's like I think you kind of make your own luck at a certain point.
He still does well to get in position, to set himself up for the shot, to get the shot off.
He does feel like he gets a lot of like lucky deflections, bounces, ricochets. They all seem to go in his favor right now.
You gotta be good to be lucky, and you gotta be lucky to be good sometimes. To be fair, I think even like the Champions League goal, the deflection goal, that's going on target. I'm almost positive. Like he's gonna at least he's making the keeper work for it. If that doesn't take the deflection, he's just fortunate that it takes the nightmare deflection where it does one of these little loops and it dips right past the keeper's outstretched arm, kind of thing. Like it's a nightmare scenario.
What a long way we've come from an Allison cameo in the Supertaça.
Yeah.
In August, he comes in at the end. We're down a goal.
Nothing
he decides
happens.
to take his guy on. He's cutting in, and he tries like a pretty ambitious effort from like 22 yards out. And it's just like, what the fuck?
It's like, what are you doing? I was on Strompcast going, what is this?
Why would you even attempt that?
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you?
We're going to
get like one more chance.
I streamed that with Danny. I think that was one of our exact words. Is what were you even doing there?
I don't know why that moment sticks with me so much, but
sometimes you just remember the silly stuff though more than most. Like that's just a thing. Like you remember the dumb stuff. Like everybody remembers we lost the Toss UEFA. My memory that's seared into my brain is us missing the post on an open net as three guys could have tapped it in.
Oh, right at the end of the second half, right? Or first half, I mean.
I don't know. And then they come back and score on a fucking counterattack to go up 3-1.
I remember how like helpless Ricardo looked on, I think, the third goal.
It was the third goal. That was the goal. Because that would have tied it. That would have tied the game back up. And they immediately come down. And Ricardo's like it's like a 4-on-2.
He gets sweaty goal kind of, but he looks so helpless.
He looks helpless. Like what do you do on that one? Like it's ridiculous. Like you're hung out to dry.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like of all the things, that's the moment I remember most is the miss on the open net when like 4 dudes from Sporting could have tapped it in at any point and none of them stick out their leg. No, not one guy decides we put a knee out real quick to try to get this over the line. It's like this, and it's like the most slow, painful bounce to hit the post and then just bounce away.
What did you make of former Sporting player, Gonçalo Esteves, in this game?
He stunk. I'm not gonna lie, he was not good. He got cooked a few times this game. He didn't look very great. Wasn't great on the ball. Certainly wasn't impressive in off the ball situations, which a little sad because I
Yeah,
mean
I
we
thought it
all
was a
had high
good.
hopes for
I
him.
thought it was going to be a good, decent little matchup with him versus
Him with
Allison.
Allison.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't
It was a
really.
good matchup for Allison, apparently. Yeah, it's sad because like I think most Sporting geishas at least would agree. Like we had some high hopes for him. Um, unfortunately, just one of those guys. He hasn't put it together. He's still a young guy, but
Mhm.
you can see why Sporting kind of said, "Yeah, we kind of gave up on him because this was
In a
definitely not his finest
position
moments."
that's still kind of unresolved. I mean, we can get into that now. I mean, Vag
Yeah,
was
Zvaj had a good game.
serviceable in this game. He got an assist late on the pass to
He had 2
I
assists.
needed to have
Yeah.
a second one as well.
Yeah,
Which one?
he's listed as times 2. I don't remember which goal he got the other assist on, but he's listed as times 2 assists.
Um, I don't quite get what the I guess he just hasn't convinced quite enough.
Mhm.
But I've just been so recently, not like he was convincing before, but he felt like at least more serviceable. But the play level from Fresneda feels like it's just dropped again
Yeah.
recently. So even though Vag isn't exactly lighting the world on fire, he's had flashes, he's had moments. He definitely seems like he brings
He brings more on it.
something to
He
the
definitely brings
attacking
more on
third.
the attacking third at the very
He
least.
feels faster. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really quite get it. I mean, I get that he doesn't want to burn Fresneda because he doesn't have anybody else, but like,
Yeah.
I also, I mean, it's kind of like, let's get the B team right back in here. It's like, is he really going to be worse? I mean,
Like he can't be that
you've played
much
all these kids
worse.
in this game. I mean, I'd start looking at other options internally at right back.
Yeah.
Clearly,
That's
we
a
have
position
other
we've
options.
really
We have other options internally at center, mid, and winger. I would say at this point,
yeah.
based on what I saw in this game,
Yeah.
um, it's a shame we don't there as well.
It's been a position we've really struggled with for a number of years actually. Like I think really when you
Portugal
look
locked
at
it
it,
down for a while. Five at the back kind of helped, I think, because
a
there's
bit,
like a
yeah.
different profile in that spot, I guess. But
But yeah, you look at like some of the right backs we've trucked through over the years. Like I'm just thinking, like we went through Valentin Rozier or whatever, fizzled
Mostovsky
out.
held it down for a while.
Rostovsky had to hold it down because there was literally nobody else. Bruno Gaspar at times, who can forget him? Whitecaps legend. Pedro Porro was probably the most stable we had for
Yeah,
those
for a
couple
couple
years.
seasons, yeah.
Who came after Porro? Like I don't even remember. Like
Um,
I don't know. Like it's not like we've kind of gone through a mishmash of dudes, some of which I'm not even remembering. Like that's just been a position we've really not had a great time locking down the last few years, it seems.
um, I think that well, it's tough because these positions have a lot of other players right now,
Yeah.
but it feels like Blopa and probably
Jenny
Gonçalves
Solves, yes.
will seemingly have to get a second look or another opportunity in the first team. I just don't know when is the problem.
Yeah, it's like when are you gonna get maybe the Tossa game against Marignense? Like
True.
they're
That
playing
actually is a good
they're
one.
playing like what they're like a Liga 3 Campeonato Portugal team, like
Campeonato
Campeonato
Portugal.
Portugal, yeah, because that's the new fourth division.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I could see you seeing maybe a similar lineup to this team against Alverca in that game as well. It
Oh, I don't know
wouldn't
how
shock
we
me.
forgot the goat. I don't know why we forgot the goat at right back earlier as Gaio.
Oh my God, yeah, how can we forget Hijgayu?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hijgayu for seemingly forever. When all hope was always lost, he was
Multiple
there to make you lose
seasons.
more
Yep.
hope. Yeah, when all hope was lost, Ricardo Hijgayu came back to remind you could still lose some more hope. I have nothing else to add to this game. Anything else before we move on to the Tondela game?
No, I mean,
Fair.
it's. Do we have the only other thing is, do we know? Is there like a bracket, or is there going to be a draw for the Final Four?
I actually don't know if it's a bracket. I think it might be a bracket. I can check Wikipedia now. Actually, Taça da Liga
Because I don't know who we play, but I know that Benfica and Braga are through as well. Porto's game isn't for another 2 weeks, so we're not going to know who the fourth team joining us is. But
yeah, I don't. It doesn't say
pretty
if
familiar
it's,
Final Four.
yeah,
team.
it doesn't actually say if it's a bracket or a draw. I assume it might just be a draw.
Must be a draw.
Because yeah, I'm not seeing that. Like I see a bracket, but just for the semifinals.
Because I feel like I would have gotten a notification or seen who we were playing by now.
Right? Like that's what I'm thinking too.
If we
So
knew who it was.
bracket.
If we knew who it was.
Yeah, so we'll find out probably the next couple days once all the other games are done. We'll move on to the Tondela game. This was a 3-0 victory. Very, so-so game, actually, in my opinion. Lineup was as follows: Rui Silva in goal, Maxi Araujo, Gonçalo Inácio, Usman Diomande, and Fresneda as the back four. Midfield of Simões, Trincão, and Hulman, and then a front three of Pot, Jenny, and Suarez up top. Suarez and Pot with goals, Pot also with an assist. Trincão with an assist as well. And then off the bench was Koch, Mateus Reis, who had an assist, Alisson, Fotish, and then Giovanni Kenda with a goal. I didn't get to watch much of this game, so I'm going to lean on you a bit. Chris, what'd you make of the game?
I think the story of this game obviously is going to be the performance of Bernard Font putting up a 9.8.
He was amazing, and
he really kept them in it.
He was awesome.
The game did hang around at 1-0 for a while, longer than it should have.
Yeah.
Tondela really only had 1 or 2 half chances. It did feel like there were a couple of moments where there was space for them to break, but they didn't take advantage of it as much as they could. There's one particular moment just before halftime. I think it's like a long free kick that just kind of pings around. They get a half chance.
Yeah,
and it's like a hard shot. It's right at Rui Silva, and he can't hold it, but it's still like a
it's one of those that like it just hits him so hard you can't corral it as a keeper.
Yeah, you just palm it away.
And hope.
I mean, imagine, right? All those chances, all the dominating, and all we have to show for it is one goal where Suarez dribbles through 4 people.
Pretty brilliant. It's a brilliant goal, to be fair.
Later on, I mean, once the second half started, it was pretty much of the same depth. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a forgotten moment. It didn't go in, but Suarez almost has goal of the season.
Yeah.
Flicks it over the defender. Almost rounds Bernard Font, but his long ass leg just taps the ball away. As he's like, his body's like going the other way, and he sticks out his leg and just does enough to knock the ball away. And then it took another moment of individual brilliance. About a minute after that, Pot dribbles like 2 guys and rifles it top corner. Possibly gets deflected as well. So the commentators on the TV kept saying there was a deflection. Maybe slight, but I don't think it was that critical, but maybe just enough to like give it a little bit more
of like a
up and down effect.
Yeah.
But it's still a great goal, great move. 2 really good goals to put us up 2-0. And then from there, I was feeling pretty confident that we were going to.
Yeah, like they didn't push the issue at all. Like they kind of folded like a friggin' house of cards.
And then we get our customary Allison cameo at the end. Good, some nice stuff. And then after watching Fresneda fail to complete a cross all game, off the bench, Mateus Reis drops a perfect
cross
back post right on
Mateus Reis, by the way, who our wonderful co-host Sam never forgets to point out, also dog shit at crossing on this, but not on this day, not in this moment.
Beautiful cross back
Yeah.
post, and Kenda finished it. I mean, that's 3 in 2 games for Kenda.
He's been on a roll the last
He's
few,
been on a
even though
roll.
games before that he's been like whenever he's not been on the score sheet, he's been playing really well.
I think he's appeared in almost in every game this season, whether it is starting or off the bench, which is kind of interesting. I read that. I'm just repeating it, hoping it's true.
I mean, I feel like you're not wrong because I feel like he came off the bench a lot.
There were a
to
bunch
start
of
the
games where he didn't
season.
start in the beginning that much.
Yeah, because I
but
remember us
yeah,
going like, I understand like he's technically the lone guy now, but like
yeah.
you're not paying him, fuck it, play him anyways. Because yeah, he came off the bench a lot that first like month or so. Because Jenny was still Jenny's obviously been out with different issues, injury and whatnot. So, but yeah, I believe that stat that he's played in every game, just he hasn't started a ton of them until recently, it feels like.
Rolling.
Yeah.
The only other like note that I would say is I thought it was a really good Human game. Thought that there was multiple times where he just like, oh, there may be breaking. Human just wins it back.
Yeah, he does such. You could see how he reads the game, how he knows when to drop back.
He's kind of been an unsung hero recently, doing a lot of dirty work. Maybe not some of his most attractive performances.
It's the stuff you need, though.
But this game, he really, I thought, stood out more than he has recently. A really good game from him. Really important player for us. He's going to continue to get linked out.
Just don't put him on pens.
His pens are maybe sketchy,
but
he tries to do the Bruno hop step maybe sometimes, and it doesn't work.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. What can we do?
But yeah, as our captain, it seems like he has like leadership qualities that everyone likes and respects.
Yeah, he seems like a well-liked guy.
A really good guy for us to have right now, and
yeah,
he held it down for us today, or on this day.
You can see how he reads the game when he reads so well when he knows he needs to drop back deeper. When he can sense a counterattack, like the way he reads the game is unlike anyone else on the team.
He also has built up a bit of a dissent tolerance. Like he talks to the refs a lot more than a lot of other players, and I understand that he is the captain, which gives him, like, in theory, like,
well, is there not that new thing where they really just want to limit it to the captain speaking to the refs now too?
But he did get a lot of yellows at the beginning of his time in Portugal for dissent, and I don't really think he's changed his way that much.
No,
he's just built up his clout, I think. So
you know what he's changed is because he can speak. He can do it in Portuguese now. That's what he's changed. That's about it. He speaks better Portuguese than I do. I'm pretty sure.
Clout is up, and he just kind of runs his mouth all game and doesn't get booked for dissent anymore. So,
and I feel like every team has a guy like that can kind of get away with it a little bit. Like
he's
you get a little more leeway.
He wasn't that guy before, but he is now. I think.
No, exactly. Like I feel like Benfica has those guys. Like Pep was that guy for Portugal. Yeah. Benfica's had guys like where the ref kind of gives them a little more leeway in those situations. Just because of, like you said, it's the clout, it's the respect, and I get every team kind of has that. He just happens to kind of be our guy for that right now, which is fine. I thought, Suarez, great game, very good game from Pot. Really, nobody had a bad game.
I really can't imagine him not starting the next game.
Suarez?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be hard pressed not to, but they might roll it back with Fotis. Who knows, right?
I mean, maybe he's the same team. I mean, it's gonna be some different players, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what the best way to deal with this predicament is. Maybe
I mean, I guess you just kind of
try him underneath again and play Pot in the midfield or play Pot out wide. and
Do
sit
you
down.
roll? Do you roll with two up front and bench someone?
Trincon's not allowed to rest for a game, not permitted, so he won't be the one
He won't be the
sacrificed.
guy. It might be one of the other midfielders. Like it might, if anybody, it's
Could
gonna
be
be as well Simoes.
or Morita, but I don't see him putting Pot in the midfield, to be honest.
He hasn't really experimented
Like
with
next
that
to
a
Human, the
ton.
midfield. He's played it underneath the striker and like the
Yeah,
attacking, but I don't.
but even just in midfield as a whole, he has like Riboj hasn't really done that a ton with
Unless he's
Pot.
really forced to, which in this situation he wouldn't be.
No, because he's got all his
Mhm.
midfielders are healthy right now, so he wouldn't find a need to. So yeah, it's an interesting predicament. Yeah, I do think Suarez probably still does start because he is a bit of the hotter hand. But I think if Ioannidis keeps coming in, making these cameos, and also contributing, whether it's a
Yeah, he's
goal or
just gonna
assist or
keep being a
both.
sub every game, I guess.
I mean, but if he comes in and Suarez doesn't score for a game or two, and Fotis comes in, gets a goal or bangs in an assist or something, that conversation starts to
You know who
become
would have been
very loud.
infuriated by because even in this game, right? Suarez feels like he's playing well. He's got a goal. He
He's
smells
got a
blood in the water,
yeah,
and he gets hooked.
subbed off.
I mean,
So
someone like
Joker has asked.
CR7, like Vinicius. I mean, bro, they would have broken the bench coming off in that situation.
Bro, Joker has got pissed at times too when you'd sub him. He'd have like 2 goals and he'd be like, "I want that fucking third, Ruben."
Yeah,
Like,
I
fuck
mean
you.
that's gotta piss him off a little bit, I
Yeah,
imagine.
I can
So,
imagine. If you feel like you're rolling pretty good, yeah,
mhm.
like you're like, "Why are you taking me off? I got that. I'm that guy." Um, yeah, I could imagine, but I think also you gotta realize it's still kind of in the early point of the season, and there's a lot of games left in multiple competitions. Like you gotta, it's what kind of got Jokeres into trouble at times, which is he insists on staying in games where it's like you've got 2 goals, this game is
Yeah,
wrapped
no, the
up. Like
game, yeah,
you take the last 20 minutes off, take the last
no,
15
yeah,
minutes, like just relax.
yeah,
Like it
it's
doesn't sound like much in the grand scheme of things, but those extra 15 minutes every week when you could be resting add up quickly. So the game was done, it was wrapped up, they weren't pushing. Don't hurt yourself just because you have an ego. Like just let it be. Like it's a team at the end of the day. I have nothing really to add to this game. Like you said, you hit all the right notes, like a fine wine, I would say. You touched everything you needed, you hit all the senses. I think that's about everything for this game. Any other notes from you?
on this
Yeah.
game, no, I think I got everything.
Good man.
Yeah, I think, um, yeah, I mean, I think the only other thing is maybe we've critiqued our center backs a little bit recently,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and now DeBast is out, and I thought
How
that
long did they say how long DeBast is out for?
at
It
least
doesn't look like a serious
at
injury. It looks
least
like it's just a
2
strain.
weeks.
Yeah,
Because they
it
said
didn't seem as bad
after
as I
the
thought.
international break, which is like November, it's like in 2 weeks,
In a few
right?
weeks or
Yeah,
something. The
maybe a
final
month.
international break. I'll be so glad when they just condense these 3 windows into 2 longer windows because that's so dumb to have 3 breaks like that in such quick succession. Like that's so silly to me. That
Yeah, I
never
don't even
makes sense.
have the that next international break on my calendar, so I'm not
Yeah.
exactly sure when it is, but
It's very soon, but yeah, I know the plan next time is because and why they haven't done this sooner is instead of doing 3 fall
yeah,
breaks, it's
yeah.
gonna be like instead of doing 3 kind of short breaks, it's gonna be 2 kind of medium
11,
breaks.
13 Portugal plays, so another 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, it's
So
gonna
that
be
may mean he
2
could he could return in 3 weeks at the earliest.
yeah. Yeah, he'll probably return if all goes to plan and training full tilt in the next 2 if all goes well.
Mhm.
They thought it sounds like they thought it was worse. And it looks like it's just kind of like a muscle strain or something, kind of a routine training knock. Um, so yeah, better news than they had kind of hoped. So I'm happy with that. We move on to league predictions. It's been a mammoth week in the predictions. We'll go to the Tondela game first. You're slacking. It could be Jover for you soon. Danny and I and Sam all cooked. Danny getting a goal
Oh
scorer.
boy.
Danny getting a goal scorer and the result and the winner. I got two goal scorers and the winner. And Sam getting a goal scorer and the win for 2-3-2. And then we move on into the Taça de Portugal, the Taça Liga. Their Travis Scott and Vinny Jr. prediction from Danny did not hit, so he doesn't get the extra bonus points that I would have given him. Sam doesn't get the Camavinga one at all. He had Sporting in pens, but still winning, so I gave him the point for Sporting winning.
In pens, that would have been crazy.
Well, he wanted to go extra time, but I'm like, it's Taça Liga. I don't think they do extra time.
Yeah, I don't think they do. Nah.
Because last few years when it's gone to pens in the Final Four, it's always just been straight to pens, and there's no extra time. But he gets a point for Sporting winning. I got a goal score and
it's messed up because I was at work and I thought I was gonna actually do the one for the Alverca game.
Yeah,
and then I got busy and forgot.
And been there. So
sad I got times, man.
So yeah, I got a goal score and the results. Danny getting a goal score as well in the result, but his celebrity cameos did not hit. So the leaderboard, Danny and Richard. Look at this. The comeback kid. Who were they to doubt me? Tied with Danny for first at 21, Sam at 20, right behind. His predictions let him down a bit this week, and then I'm not gonna lie, you're way down there, brother.
I gotta. There's no grind. There's no more room for mistakes.
You gotta grind. Gotta rise and grind to the occasion. This is where
no more mistakes.
This is what separates the men from the boys. You need those.
What do they do in this situation? Do you cower?
Or do you stand up?
Do you fight back?
You gotta make a choice and quick. But that is league predictions as it stands. We got a bit of news and notes this week. We'll start off with the new stadium news. Not new stadium, but new improvements, new stadium bonds pulled up. So we got funding confirmed for all these updates that have been planned for a while to the stadium. But they announced like where they're getting all the funding from. So I'll let you kind of take that away when you're ready, Chris. It was kind of an interesting story.
I just think that projects like this, as far as like the way that it's always said that we're spending all this money, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're spending money to make money, right? So
it's not a
lot of this stuff is going to pay for itself back.
Yeah, it's an investment.
And then it's going to spurn a chain effect of other things happening, and then these other things happening are going to also result in us profiting.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's actually going to be, less of a financial burden, or maybe even a net profit.
Yeah.
Sports projects, stadiums, and specifically often are kind of famous for falling short in these original projections or funding pitches, or like, oh, this is what's gonna happen, and then we're gonna.
It almost never is like.
And then there's gonna there's gonna be this huge new shopping mall, and this new shopping mall is gonna connect to like this new highway that they're gonna build, and like
there's gonna be all these condos and houses and stuff. It's gonna be great. It is almost never. I don't think I've ever seen.
And to be fair, like that there is construction right now. Those condos, like
they're going up.
I don't know at what pace, but it seems like they're actually happening.
Yeah, the museum.
Alvalade, it's never really, it's never hit. It's been really around for 20 years. It's been there. I can't really remember a time it was like flourishing, but maybe this is the moment.
Well, that's where the museum's going to be going, is really in that. And you've seen already improvements to the current museum and them working in the Alvalade space. Mm-hmm. Right, like
there's hella space.
That's an investment. It looks huge. I've never been. It looks
and
massive.
Like 2/3 of it, honestly, is like kind of just a ghost town at this point.
It looks like one of those liminal spaces you see on like TikTok.
Yes,
like
it is a liminal space.
Yeah,
it literally is. Some of those back alley or back like corridors where there's
back
just,
rooms,
like abandoned mall, like is a common spot for those.
Yeah,
and like in certain parts of it, like that's literally what it is, abandoned
Yeah,
mall.
it's
So,
just that unticked. It's the back rooms.
yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe this is the moment, and this is over the next 20 years,
It'll
this is
be
going to
yeah.
be just step one of a massive revitalization project in the area. The metro stop has seen renovations. There's going to be
Mhm.
these condos. Um, you know, Sporting's brand is going to continue to grow worldwide.
Yeah.
Um, like Sporting will kind of eclipse being a sports club in a way, and sort of kind of shift into almost like a lifestyle brand, which is what some of
What
these
we've
plans
kinda seen
said.
which is what we've kinda seen with their latest with
They're not going to be on this
the
level ever.
projects.
It's impossible, right?
Yeah.
Because these guys are ridiculous. But like think maybe PSG type.
It's gonna be like a PSG light in the sense that it's gonna be more than just a sports team.
Yeah,
Like,
the way that
we've
they're like
seen we've
dabbling in
seen that with their
fashion
Longevere.
and this partnership with Nike, maybe CR7's in the mix, stuff like that.
We've seen that with a lot of, like, the drops and stuff on Longevere where they've really kind of gone a little bit outside the box in terms of just kind of the traditional sports team merch that you kinda see. They've kind of pushed the envelope a bit, the only lions roar as lions
No, and it's come a
was
long
something.
way for sure. It's come a long
Yeah,
way for sure. And like even the accessibility, while still, ass in a lot of ways, has come a long way because it was
yeah. It
truly
looked like it
abysmal
was
for the longest
awful.
time. Even like long past when it should have been abysmal. We're talking like
Yeah,
3 years ago. You can't personalize a jersey online type shit. It's like,
which was
what are we doing?
you couldn't order the
There
patches.
were so many like little things like that that were just
This
infuriating.
is the first year in how many years where you could get a Strom kit that had the sponsor on the
It
front.
feels like the full
Like,
slate of options is like available. There's like all these
mhm.
different collections. There's the in-house brand.
They've
I have
just
a
announced their
Nike
shop.
corduroy jacket. I mean, that's
They
not
just
really a
announced
normal
their
item.
their partnership with Shopify, which I was like, I dropped to my knees in a Costco, like kind of material. Like, I've been begging for them to get Shopify to build their website for the last 6 or 7 years. As someone who has worked with Shopify and worked with Shopify sites, trust me when I tell you, it will be so much better of a user experience on a Shopify built site. And if you're not sure, almost every major outlet store company in the world is using them to build their sites. Think Adidas, think Old Navy, think all these big kind of brands. They use Shopify and their sites actually flow properly and don't crash when more than 100 visitors at a time choose to visit the website. So that in itself shows they're finally starting to take the proper step. I mean, they've been doing it for a few years, but you can really start to see the acceleration of modernizing the club and bringing it back into present day almost, which is good to see.
And I mean, all of this to say is back to the original point of it's just too early to say what these types of long-term projections look like until
Yeah.
things happen. So, I suppose it's an ambitious project that
Yeah.
I support, on principle, but
We'll see.
we'll
These
certainly see.
projects rarely just go smoothly.
$225 million or euros is
A lot of
a
money.
lot of money when you think about, especially when you think about the context of what has already been done to the stadium and the aesthetics, the perhaps customer fan experience, like
Yeah.
the gates,
The
the
concourses, like
concourses, the seats, the detailing, which
the
is
moat.
the moat's gonna get closed. So all of everything that you see that has happened when you're like you see these like the yellow rainbow picture versus what we have now, and you're like, holy shit,
Yeah. You're like,
that
holy, this
was
looks like the difference
all
place
of that was
entirely.
50 million euros.
Yeah.
So now over the next 20 years, you're gonna see an investment of 4x that
Yeah,
what's already been put in.
over four times that amount.
So I mean, I think the mode is expensive. It's like 10
That's not
million,
that's
something like
not
that.
cheap.
But I mean, there's still so much of this,
I think a lot of that's gonna also be exterior stuff. Updating the exterior. It sounds like they're gonna do the LEDs around the
Oh,
like
you reminded
edges,
me. So
which they can do. I know
I'm
it's
trying to.
it's a
They've
bit that
already
will be expensive.
they have improved the light show or like the LED the lights already, and they installed like those flashing lights. I
Yeah,
actually thought they kind of looked like shit on TV for the Tondela game. It
yeah.
was very dark. I don't know what
It
the
seemed
experience in the
dim.
stadium was like,
It
but
didn't come across as great
on
on
the
TV.
TV, I was like squinting almost. You like really couldn't
Yeah.
see, and I feel like that's new, different, trying a new thing because I don't remember having that experience on the walkout before, but
Well, and you know what? Like you try stuff and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But you know what? I respect the effort to at least try something different.
yeah, I remember
To
when
the
they made a
experience.
big deal about installing those lights. They'll probably update the video board, new video. I mean, that's expensive,
Well,
20,
because
30
they
million
got rid of the
euros.
video, they got rid of the corner boards for more
Mhm,
seats, right? So it looks like
mhm.
they're gonna either do something hanging on the ends, or they might even do something hanging from the middle,
That would be crazy. A little,
Like Stuttgart or BC. If you
Juventus, right, has that too.
Stuttgart, I think if you've seen BC Place, which is going to be a World Cup venue in June, July, they have something like that too.
So a major
Yeah,
operation like that, that could easily eat up a quarter of the
that could
200
easily eat up
million.
half of that
But
to do that.
they're
Yeah,
still we're still talking a lot of euros,
yeah.
and a lot of it is being invested with the idea that it's going to, pay off, and
It's also, I
it's
think,
about 20 million a year.
it's also, I think,
Rough.
too, because they want to host more than just sporting matches. I mean,
Hmm.
it looks like their aim is probably to host more women's matches there eventually if they can actually grow the women's team. They just hosted the women's Champions League final. They're going to be hosting a World Cup there.
They've
They're going to
created
probably be hosting
the
a women's Euros final there in the next few years. If Portugal gets the bid, it will be at the Alvalade, the final. It sounds like, because they're bidding for the next Euros solo actually for the women. So they're doing this with an eye of they're going to try to attract big name football events and probably big name just events in general. Outside, like you saw what Benfica probably got for the Taylor
World
Swift
Cup's
Eras
going to be
Tour
coming to Portugal.
in
I
5
think,
years.
yeah. So I
5 years.
mean,
That's not long.
this
That's not
is
long.
certainly part of that, an eye to that as well.
Yeah, they're bidding for Portugal's bidding for the women's Euros the year before. And the Alvalade is listed as one of the main venue. It's actually the Alvalade and Dragão is kind of the two centerpiece. And you imagine the Alvalade will probably host the final of that tournament because they don't have the Stadio de Luz, and they'll actually be the second biggest stadium in Portugal officially. Um, yeah, I imagine this is with an eye to those kind of things to attract more of those events to Lisbon and not necessarily take away events from the Luz, which is a great stadium in
'Cause
of,
they're
of
talking about
itself.
making
But
the lose tricked out more as well.
yeah, like those plans have come out as well. So we're
The
gonna have to
100 the
see.
100K lose. He actually lost. It's official now. It's a shame, but we might
Yeah,
not get 100K lose anymore. But
we might get 70,000
yeah, we
Luz.
might get 80. Yeah.
We might get 75,000 Luz. You don't know. But yeah, like it sounds like a lot of that is obviously it's to improve the fan experience. It's sporting games, but also with an eye of we want to host more of these premier events, which because the stadium kind of was neglected for so long, you really didn't get those outside of the
And they're
Euros
in
and
the
the Toss UEFA,
shadow
and
more
they
of the lose.
stunk. Yeah,
Yeah,
like you look at it, it's like they held the Euros, they held the Toss UEFA, and then nothing
for a long
until the
time.
for a long time until the Women's Champions League final this past spring.
Even the national team didn't play there that much.
Not a ton. They kind of were
Sometimes,
at the loot
obviously,
here
but
and there because they always do rotate the games.
mhm.
But you notice when they came to Lisbon, it was kind of the Luge was the preferred venue, and I think in most cases it still kind of will be just because of size. Um, but like their last two games were both at the Alvalade. Like you can see they frequented the Alvalade more in the last couple years than they did in probably the previous few years
Yeah.
prior. So something to keep an eye on for sure. So
We'll see
we'll
what
see what they do.
improvements come, and we'll see how the brand grows,
Yeah.
and we'll Yeah, we'll track that investment and any developments
Something to
along the
keep an
long
eye.
road ahead of us.
Yeah, it'll be something we'll keep an eye on in these parts for sure. Other news and notes: we have some modalidades roundup. Futsal with a 19-1 win today.
There'll be more
Crazy.
because this
There
is
will be more.
they'll probably play tomorrow. I'll be honest. There's usually
There's
two
usually a
off day
couple
3,
games.
and then it's the so it's like group stage 1, group stage 2, then final
Yeah,
4.
yeah.
Kairat's in our group for this.
Oh, we have Kyra and Almaty again. We played them a few times the last couple of years.
Yeah,
Feels like.
they'll be tough.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, we batter them like we did in the men's
Yeah, I mean, at
championship
this
this year.
point, missing out on Final Four feels like a failed
It feels like that's like the bare
failed.
minimum. It feels like
The
that's
bare
become the bare
minimum is making
minimum.
the Final Four, so crashing out at this stage is unthinkable. So
Yeah. Yeah. It would be kind of unthinkable. The ladies also have been kind of quietly chugging along. They're doing all right.
some
So.
weird results mixed in there, like a Task League, a draw, but
Yeah.
whatever.
That's
They play a group stage, so
yeah, they're still kind of like the old
they have a
format that the guys
5-team
used.
group, so this one draw, they'll be all right.
They're like kind of like a blend of the old formats that like the men's version used to use, but it is what it is. We'll see what the hell happens.
Porto won a cup or league because they're still coming through the ranks as they get promoted.
Yeah.
24-0.
Yeah. Close game till it started, apparently. So what division is Porto's women?
They were in 3, now
3,
they're in
2.
2 because
So
they
they're
got
in 2. So
promoted
they'll
once.
get promoted to
Yeah,
1 this
yeah,
year by the sounds of it. So
yeah.
you'll have all the big players in Primeira Liga next year, which will be interesting. And the first time I think ever. So which is good. I mean, I selfishly wish Porto had invested in that sooner.
Futsal. I mean, I don't know what they're waiting for over there.
It blows my mind how
hell?
they don't have they have basketball, they have roller, they have and it blows my mind that they don't have a futsal team. Like that shocked me when I realized that. Like Braga has a good futsal team, Benfica, Sport, like Porto not to have a futsal team is
First place,
mind-boggling.
Sport Salvo, as of right
Yeah,
now, I think. Still, I
sure.
hope.
I think they exist. Any other news and notes we're forgetting before we get ready to sign off?
Basketball. I mean, I've kind of slandered the basketball team for like 2 years straight.
I mean, with some good reason.
You
I
could
would
make
say.
an argument that this has been the best week of sporting basketball in multiple years.
Yeah.
It's funny because what started this was just losing by like 50 at
They were getting
destroyed by
Benfica.
Immediately turn around, play Porto. I'm thinking, here we go again. This is going to be maybe 30-point loss.
This is going to be
at
like
Porto,
a brutal loss.
They win. Then they play a FIBA Europe Cup game. They win again. And then they play Porto for the League Cup. And they win again. 2 straight games against Porto. And then they play again for FIBA Europe Cup today. And they win by 40.
Woo. That was great.
We're in uncharted territory right now. Like 3 good results in a row. Yeah, well, let's hope that they can keep this momentum going. Obviously, I kind of feel this way about futsal. We lost to Benfica a couple weeks ago. It's like, you know what? It's week 7 or whatever.
Still kind of early.
We'll probably see you 4 more times. And of those, this is the least important. So congrats on this one, but we'll be seeing you.
There's a few more games. And there's a lot of it's one of those. There's a lot of games left. It's too early to sit there and call anything, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We should talk about our neighbors and their election. We would be remiss if we didn't talk about Benfica's elections. Big Louis did not do as well as I think we thought he would.
A guy I know at work, who I work with, was telling me on Saturday he was going to Casa Benfica to vote. I was like,
be nice if we could.
Must be do fucking that. Nice, man.
I really wish we could just do e-voting online.
Yeah,
it does not need to be this hard.
If you really want to like feel shitty, go to Record, find the Record election, Benfica election interactive map,
Yeah.
It's like a worldwide map of
And it shows all like
all
where
the
people were
places in the
voting.
world, all the places in Portugal where physical locations you could vote, and you're like, all these
Shit.
places, these spots in Luxembourg, in Germany, in
In
USA, in
Toronto.
Canada.
Sergio was helping count the ballots in Toronto.
Like
Like
it's
friend of the show.
again what we talked about 10 minutes ago, where there's still a long way to go, but like little improvements. I mean,
It
it's
would be
not
nice to have
crazy.
something like that.
They can do it. They've been doing it. It's not unthinkable. It seems like kind of the bare minimum, and we continue to lag behind. And it
Mhm.
seems like at one point there was some appetite to kind of broach these topics,
I think it'll kind of
to
come up
be
around the next
angered
election.
enough to talk about them, or to, but stuff like that right now
It's taking a
the
back
climate of
seat
the
to other
club, yeah,
stuff.
it's totally taking a backseat,
I
and
do think
negative
around next
motion right now.
elections, like it will crop up as it always should.
It'll,
It
I
will
think,
crop up,
crop
but
up again at the next election, not contested by Varandas.
yeah.
Because I think
Yeah.
maybe he's got, I mean, maybe he's got 6 more in him. I don't know, fucking know. But
He could be a Pete Costa. He just stays for like
maybe
30,
he's
40
got,
years,
but
but
he's got another one in him, and then but it's like, and then we'll all be talking about it. What, in 6 years? It
8
won't.
years, yeah.
We need to be doing it now so that's ready then. But we're not. So we're gonna talk about it, and then maybe get on track to do it in 10. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, man! I'm gonna fucking die over here without ever voting.
Well, and they I know they had that proposal to allow like
I'm adding up my votes though. When I vote for the
You're
first
gonna have
time,
like 30 votes.
I'm a 30 voter, dude. You better watch out.
You're gonna sway an election with your vote. I do, and I wasn't that long ago where they had that proposal for the e-voting, and I understand why it kind of got shut down because it was a little haphazard.
It was haphazard. I couldn't even at the time, like, because it's been brought up before, but like when it got re-brought up a year ago,
Yeah, and that was the most. That
I
was
was
like the
like,
most
I don't even
sincere
know why
I
they're
got.
doing this. Like, no one's even asking. I'm like, it's cool. If we're
Cool,
actually
like
doing it,
I would love it.
if we're really doing it, cool. But like, I don't even understand why they're doing it. And then it just kind
It died a death. It
of
died a death
withered, and
because yeah. I mean, it was haphazard, and it seemed kind of like they didn't really try in that proposal. And I'm like, look, if you're, and I understand why it got shot down and why some people talk bad about it, because if you're gonna do it and you're gonna present that plan, it needs to be done right. It needs to be done properly. But I mean, it's got, at the end of the day, my big thing is of why I've never officially become a socio is because it's a pain in the ass to be. It's easy to become a socio. It's a pain in the ass to pay your dues. And we as international socios
getting
get
little
nothing.
benefit. Yeah.
We get a discount at Loja Verde, and that's it. You don't get to vote in elections. You do not get to vote in any substantial
don't get like
general assemblies. Like it's useless.
You get also certain perks at gas stations, right? And like businesses
in Portugal. It doesn't get
Portugal, right? We can't take advantage of any of those.
It's not going to get me a benefit at the Shell up the road from me. Like,
so like literally any of the existing benefits that theoretically exist for a Lisbon-based socio.
Lisboa-based socio, but not for us.
None of them exist for
us.
And
I get that. Like, I'm not expecting you to try to transfer every benefit.
I'm kind of in too deep, at this point,
Yeah. For me, all I want to do if I become like the Loja Verde discount's like a nice perk, whatever. I can't go to Lisboa and like get tickets or whatever unless I'm going to be traveling there for like a vacation or something. But at least I want to be able to at least have a vote and have that vote count and matter at the end of the day. And I do think there's a way to do that, because otherwise that card, if you're a socio outside of Lisboa, is not worth the paper it's printed.
Even when we have a random, like, let's just take the AG that happened 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's a random AG. There's only one thing that's getting voted on. It's paired with a game to get as many people as possible, or the most amount of voters or whatever, right? And you see the turnout, and it's like 948.
It's like
It's
1,000 people. It's like,
what
bro.
the
But you have, but then they come online. They're like, we have like over 100,000 Celsius. Yeah, 98,000 of them don't get to vote and shit
Yeah,
though.
and like, I mean, yeah, it's just a fraction of even the people that are going to the games, people who were at like the campus, if you will, because they were at the
Yeah,
pavilion earlier for a handball game or whatever. I mean, like,
or whatever. Yeah,
holy shit. I mean, stuff like that really bums me out. And
it doesn't feel like a true
we're talking strictly in
representation.
the elections. Eventually, the goal of this project is to be able to vote in stuff like this. But
Yeah,
we got to do the other thing first, you know,
yeah, they gotta do that.
before we get there.
But yeah, I think, and like, if you want to do if you want to do the e-voting, which I would wholeheartedly get behind if you do it properly, you just set it up. You set it. You're a socio. You have your socio email. You get the link. You enter the portal at a designated between a designated time period. Say this is when the voting starts. This link will be active for you for 12 hours,
Maybe we
however
even have
long.
multi-step
Maybe you have
verification.
you just have two-step verification where it's like,
Yeah,
hey, verify through your phone. You're gonna get a code to your email as well. Enter the
yeah.
code. Okay, now we know you're good. Blah blah blah. Enter your social. Okay, here's what's on the ballot. Here's who's on the ballot. Here's what's being voted on in the
Or
General
well,
Assembly,
this is the G
etc.
that we're voting on this financial. I mean, they emailed me all the documents. I see
Yeah,
the
they showed
documents.
you got you showed us your email. I remember you sent us
Yeah,
screenshots of the email
yeah.
in the
Like
group
I
chat.
get all the documents before an AG. They
You just
send it out,
you can't fucking vote
but
on
it's
them
just
though.
like I look at it and I'm like, okay,
Cool.
yeah,
All right, those
yeah,
are certainly not. Those are, I can confirm these are documents.
yeah.
Like, that's it. That's all you can do as a foreign Portuguese, as a Portuguese living outside of Lisboa, which is, well, it's, yep, those exist. And when there's a presidential election, you get to watch on TV and go, yeah, those are the
And
candidates.
then maybe to add insult to injury, like 3 days after the election,
You get your mail-in ballot.
physical ballot will show up at your house.
You get your mail-in ballot after. You're like, well, this is
And
fucking
it's just
bullshit.
like, or you know, if it comes in some, I remember last time it came one day before. It's like, okay, well, I can't attach this to a rocket ship, so
Yeah, I can't.
But
Just.
Danny's, I
can't
think, actually
supersonic.
came after. So it's
Yeah,
just, I
Danny
mean,
got his
it's
2
just
2 or 3 days
sad.
after an election, and you got yours the day before, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's just not cool. Like, that's just, don't even send it at that
Yeah,
point.
you're losing. I mean, you printed this out, you sent this, you paid like the stamp or whatever, international
Like,
stamp.
you're losing
I mean,
you're losing money.
just don't even bother at that point. Yeah.
Like, I guess it's just a tax write-off at the end of the day for them, right? Like, they don't care. It's paper. It's not that expensive, but
They got a paper contract. Yeah.
yeah, probably Dunder Mifflin
They got a good amount
provides
of
their
that.
shit. Yeah. Anything else before we sign off? I think that actually does cover it now.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. You know, the
All right.
last week of the
Week of
sporting
news,
world.
yeah.
I think we touched on a wider range and most things. I would like to think.
Good shit. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow my good pal Chris Oliveira here, the Big Chris 69. You can follow Sam Fonseca, couldn't be here today. There on X. You can also follow Mr. Daniel Saldana. You can follow me as well here. Most importantly, follow all things Alvalade. And make sure you also check out Offside Originals on Etsy for your digital football prints.
Is that part of the update, Rich? Like how the
they
did it
come
always
out?
do that?
It was doing that. The update for StreamYard there was something else that I didn't bother to read, but that's been doing it for a little while.
Okay, I don't even know how I didn't catch that before. Wow.
Yeah, that's been going for a little while. The little the little swoosh, like Sports Center style. Thank you all for watching. We will see you probably next week. And peace.